is up, yo? Man, those tints look nice. AIM Detailing did a great job. Get the front one, blocking all that UV light. Car's looking great today, guys. Let me know what you think. Sheesh. All right, let's get going. We're a little late. It's always good to be behind the wheel, boys. Always good. It's been a few days, so I could probably take this off now. But the car is feeling nice and cool on this hot 80-something degree day. Cold start. Not the loudest car, but hey, it's mine. All right, let's get on our way. I think these tints are gonna make it hard to start filming inside the car. Oof, we got a nice F80, but I think the real star right here, this is GT3. Absolutely sick. The yellow roll cage. Oh, this is like a dream car right here, boys. Perfect shade of gray. Gorgeous. So you're probably wondering what we're doing today, guys. Today we're gonna be installing these things. What are they? What these are a clip that goes on the shift linkage of your transmission on the transmission side. What these are intended to do is stop your car from popping the shift cables off when you have a short shifter in the car, something that I'm terribly scared of because it will leave you stranded. So if we can do preventative maintenance and get an oil change at the same time, why not? So I'm at my buddy's shop, Empire Performance. If you ever want to get your work done here for your M cars, Porsches, or anything, he can take care of you. He is a one-man shop, so please bear in mind that it could be a little tough to get in touch with him, but he does amazing, amazing work. He's very careful and skilled, and that's why I continuously go back to him. So we're gonna have him help out with this install since it's very much under the car, and being on a lift is gonna be a lot easier. Just two Porsches, just two Porsches, two beautiful Porsches, but this GT3 is just sick. We got a long way to go with this base Carrera, but we're gonna get there. This is my first time seeing underneath the car. Looks all right for 2007. All right, so we removed the panel. It was just 4 Torx bolts that hold it in place, really quick to remove. That will immediately expose the shift linkage here. So you don't have to remove all of these panels, just that one. When we were removing it though, we did see that the bolts on my axle were not all the way tightened. So they were leaking grease. As you can see, there's some remnants and stuff up there. But always check people that do work on your cars, because this transmission was recently serviced. I'm not gonna say by who. The shop is a good shop. I'm assuming, you know, maybe they just forgot to torque them down or whatever, but they came loose and this could have been a bad accident. So always look over your car to make sure that everything's copacetic, because you don't wanna have an incident like this on the highway. This could have been a bad accident. If you know, I was doing some spirited driving and, you know, these bolts snapped, or God forbid this axle broke or my transmission or something broke, I don't know. I'd be stuck and really mad that I'd be spending thousands of dollars to get it repaired. So now we're just gonna get to installing these. It looks fairly simple. All we're gonna do is basically slide these clips on to each side of the shift linkage, put the cotter pin through, and then that should prevent this from ever coming off, especially if you have a short shifter, because that is a common problem with the short shifter, popping these off, and then you would be stranded on the side of the road. So don't let this happen to you. This $125 part might save your life. All right, so it's a very simple design. All you have to do is slide it over this point, and then once you've gotten that, you're gonna insert the pin and then pop that little bobby pin through the hole, and then that will create some tension, which will not allow this ball joint to pop off. Basically, it cannot expand enough where it will not be able to expand enough where it can slide off of the ball that is sitting on. So that is the genius of these clips. Very simple install. It's gonna take us maybe the next 10 seconds and this will be done. We'll do an oil change and then we got maybe a little treat for you. All right, they're all done. So very simple install. This will save you a headache if you're ever spirited driving and God forbid these pop off. You do not want to be left on the side of the road. We're gonna get this oil change going real quick and then we're gonna get a special car on the lift. Maybe that GT3 you saw out front. Maybe we'll go for a drive in a minute. Woo-hoo-hoo, boys. Nah, we're not gonna take it for a drive. We're just pulling it in the shop. But this is my first time behind the wheel of a GT3. My dream car. I almost forgot where to put it in. Bruh. The car's been running before, so I'm gonna give it a little rev. Woo. I know y'all hear that shit. What? It's got the cage in it. Oh man. This thing has a fabspeed GT3 exhaust. Sounded great. Can't wait to hear this thing a little bit more. So you got the GT3 on the lift. Basically all we're doing is replacing one of the bushings on the suspension on the driver's side. And I think you might take me for a ride in this thing. So basically we're trying to get that to clear to go into that stud, this new knuckle. What knuckle is this?
That's the rear steering.
Rear steering. So this is the rear steering toe arm. And it's just got to get on there, and then this car is good to go. It's interesting that they got the yellow. I don't know if this was an option on the GT3s, but typically yellow calipers indicate PCCBs.
No, he got them done.
So, yeah, I guess they're either painted or you swap calipers, but it looks great. The original color of this car is black. Underneath this looks like Grigio something or some type of nerd or gray. But it looks pretty good. And get this guy got it for a steal. I'm not gonna say the number, but it's under 100K. Crazy stuff. All right, the car is really good. Woo. That shit sounds so good, bro. We going for a drive? Gotta get some gas. That shit sounds so good. The dream car right here, bro, guys. Come on. One day. One day. This thing is eating up the bumps, too. I'm surprised. On coilovers. Whew. Get that window down. Jesus.
I love the sound.
It sounds so good.
Let's risk it.
Yo! That shit sounds so good. Oh man.
Oh yeah, it's good now.
Feels better, the suspension? Yo. Oh man. This thing stops on a dime. Bro, this shit is sick.
I need gas. I think
Yeah.
gas.
I love the yellow gauges too. Perfect accents. That fabspeed exhaust, boy!
Oh, this guy. Typical New York. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This guy. Dangerous driver right here.
Sounds fun, right? Like trying to race people.
Nobody's trying to race anybody.
Huh? Gas right here.
That thing is howling.
Imagine with the headers.
Oh, with headers, this car is gonna sound amazing.
See, we need to fix the front lift.
Yeah. Especially for the motor, I would think.
Shit, you see how stiff the chassis is?
Yeah. Oh man.
It feels good. The back would have did this on us before it was bad.
This car is so low. You wouldn't even expect it. No, my car is not this low. I felt it just getting out. I was like, geez. Come on, guys. A little fill up. Come on, guys. Just look at that thing. That thing is perfect. Should this be the thumbnail? Fresh startup. Jeez. All right.
You know how you know it sits low, just like Lambos? You have to look up at people in regular cars.
Yeah, mine is pretty high. If you did like a side-by-side comparison, you'd probably see that mine is like way higher.
Oh, look at that M5.
Got an M5.
That's cute.
This thing is fire. I noticed you don't paddle shift.
Because this like has such a nice click. This is from the 992.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. I was kind of confused when I saw it.
I like that flutter.
Bruh, one day in this thing, man. Gotta get me a GT3 one day. It just sounds so good, bro. And it's so crisp. Hope you don't hear a bunch of wind and actually hear the car. All these muscle car guys wish they had this. Sheesh. Oh, what a day, what a day. Yeah, it really doesn't feel bad over the bumps at all for like how stiff the suspension is. One last look at this thing. It's a little rough around the edges again. It was purchased for quite the steal. But for what they got it for, super worth it. Super worth it. So make sure you get those clips for the shift linkage on your car. You don't want to get stuck. It was an amazing day, you know, just riding around in the GT3, getting this car ready to go for the weekend. We got a lot more coming for it. Some installs definitely happening probably tomorrow and maybe even this week. One thing we discussed when we were just like kind of like working on the car and fixing up the GT3, the passion for the car game right now, for car culture. My only advice, or the thing I want to say, is just make sure that whatever you're doing in car culture is because you actually enjoy it. That being said, don't buy cars just because, you know, people on Instagram or social media or your friends hype them up. Make sure you're buying something that you truly love and want to build. Simply, you know, even if it's for the way it looks or for the way it sounds or for the way it drives, even if it's not the most popular thing, just make sure you're doing it because for the right reasons. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I love this Porsche. I've always wanted a Porsche. Do I want a GT3? Yeah, I love the sound. I love the snappiness and, you know, other aspects of the car. And while it is a big, you know, thing in, you know, social media right now, I truly love that car. So yeah, I do want it one day. But there are a lot of folks in the game who buy a BMW or other brands simply because they're super hyped up. Just wanted to say, if, you know, don't break the bank for something that you can't afford. Don't go out of your way to get something that you don't truly love or enjoy because someone else says that it's cool. Stay true to yourself is kind of, you know, the message here. And I hope that, you know, it resonates with you all because it resonates with me. And I just missed the car scene because it used to be very unique. You know, everyone had different tastes and things they like. And I remember coming to car meets with people who, you know, we're just really happy to show off the new additions to their builds, whatever it might be, however small it might be, and on whatever platform that they truly loved and cared about. And, you know, over the past like 5 to 10 years, I've seen that the car game has, you know, completely transformed to like just being the faster car and, you know, who, you know, wants to race and you know, they get a lot of glamour and stuff like that on these like social media platforms, especially YouTube. But again, I just want to drive home the fact, build something because you love it, commune with people that, you know, are into similar things or their own thing that have that same passion that you do. Don't feel like you need to conform to other people's views or the norm or what's popular just so that you're accepted. Spend time with those who care about spending time with you, irregardless of the car you drive, how you drive it, etc. You know, don't think that, you know, you have to be friends with people who have M's just because you have an M, or you can't drive or hang out with people who have M's because you don't have one, or who don't have Porsche 911, or who don't have, you know, whatever car you could possibly think of. Just be you. And that's all I have to say. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Peace out. Check out our other videos. And I'll see you in the next one.